Elon Musk is an engineer and entrepreneur who has been linked with bringing the future. He first became a millionaire when he sold his first company, ZIP2, to Compaq for $340 million in 1999. Welcome to our channel. This is World 101. Since then, he has founded companies that cover almost all major industries. Here are 5 of Elon Musk's companies and what they're currently up to. Number 5. OpenAI. In October 2015, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and other investors announced the formation of OpenAI and pledged over $1 billion to the venture. The organization stated they would freely collaborate with other institutions and researchers by making its patents and research open to the public. OpenAI is an artificial intelligence research laboratory consisting of the for-profit corporation OpenAI LP and its parent company, the non-profit OpenAI Incorporated. The company, considered a competitor to DeepMind, conducts research in the field of artificial intelligence, AI, with the stated goal of promoting and developing friendly AI in a way that benefits humanity as a whole. The organization was founded in San Francisco in late 2015 by Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and others, who collectively pledged $1 billion. Musk resigned from the board in February 2018, but remained a donor. In 2019, OpenAI LP received a $1 billion investment from Microsoft. On April 27, 2016, OpenAI released a public beta of OpenAI Gym, its platform for reinforcement learning research. On December 5, 2016, OpenAI released Universe, a software platform for measuring and training an AI's general intelligence across the world's supply of games, websites, and other applications. On February 21, 2018, Musk resigned his board seat, citing a potential future conflict of interest with Tesla AI development for self-driving cars, but remained a donor. As of 2020, OpenAI is headquartered in San Francisco's Mission District and shares the former Pioneer Trunk Factory building with Neuralink, another company co-founded by Musk. In June 2020, OpenAI announced GPT-3, a language model trained on trillions of words from the internet. It also announced an associated API, named simply the API, would form the heart of its first commercial product. GPT-3 is aimed at natural language answering of questions, but can also translate between languages and can coherently generate improvised text. Number 4. Neuralink. Neuralink Corporation is an American neurotechnology company founded by Elon Musk and others, developing implantable brain-machine interfaces, BMIs. The company's headquarters are in San Francisco. It was started in 2016 and was first publicly reported in March 2017. According to Bloomberg, since its founding, the company has hired several high-profile neuroscientists from various universities. By July 2019, it had received $158 million in funding, of which $100 million was from Musk, and was employing a staff of 90 employees. At that time, Neuralink announced that it was working on a sewing machine-like device capable of implanting very thin threads into the brain and demonstrated a system that read information from a lab rat via 1,500 electrodes, anticipating to start experiments with humans in 2020. In April 2017, the blog Wait But Why reported that the company was aiming to make devices to treat serious brain diseases in the short term, with the eventual goal of human enhancement, sometimes called transhumanism. Musk said his interest in the idea partly stemmed from the science fiction concept of neural lace in the fictional universe in The Culture, a series of 10 novels by Ian M. Banks. In July 2019, Neuralink held a live-streamed presentation at the California Academy of Sciences. The proposed future technology involves a module placed outside the head that wirelessly receives information from thin flexible electrode threads embedded in the brain. The system could include as many as 3,072 electrodes per array distributed across 96 threads, each 4 to 6/1/4 m in width. As Musk described it, it's like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires. The threads would be embedded by a robotic apparatus with the intention to avoid damaging blood vessels. Currently, electrodes are still too big to record the firing of individual neurons, so they can record only the firing of a group of any neurons citation needed. Neuralink representatives believe this issue might get mitigated algorithmically, but it's computationally expensive and does not produce exact results. In July 2020, according to Musk, Neuralink obtained a FDA breakthrough device designation, which allows limited human testing under the FDA guidelines for medical devices. Number 3. SpaceX. Space Exploration Technologies Corporation. SpaceX is an American aerospace manufacturer and space transportation services company headquartered in Hawthorne, California. It was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk with the goal of reducing space transportation costs to enable the colonization of Mars. SpaceX has developed several launch vehicles, the Starlink satellite constellation, the Dragon cargo spacecraft, and flown humans to the International Space Station on the Crew Dragon Demo 2. SpaceX's achievements include the first privately funded liquid propellant rocket to reach orbit, Falcon 1 in 2008, the first private company to successfully launch, orbit, and recover a spacecraft, Dragon in 2010, the first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station, the first vertical takeoff and vertical propulsive landing for an orbital rocket, Falcon 9 in 2015, the first reuse of an orbital rocket, Falcon 9 in 2017, the first private company to launch an object into orbit around the Sun, Falcon Heavy's payload of a Tesla Roadster in 2018, and the first private company to send astronauts to orbit and to the International Space Station, SpaceX Crew Dragon Demo 2 mission in 2020. 14 SpaceX has flown cargo resupply missions to the International Space Station (ISS) under a partnership with NASA 16, as well as an uncrewed demonstration flight of the human-rated Dragon 2 spacecraft, Crew Demo 1, on 2 March 2019, and the first Crew Dragon 2 flight on 30 May 2020. In December 2015, a Falcon 9 accomplished a propulsive vertical landing. This was the first such achievement by a rocket for orbital spaceflight. In April 2016, with the launch of SpaceX CRS-8, SpaceX successfully vertically landed the first stage on an ocean drone ship landing platform. In May 2016, in another first, SpaceX again landed the first stage, but during a significantly more energetic geostationary transfer orbit mission. In March 2017, SpaceX became the first to successfully relaunch and land the first stage of an orbital rocket. In January 2020, with the third launch of the Starlink project, SpaceX became the largest commercial satellite constellation operator in the world. In September 2016, Musk unveiled the Interplanetary Transport System, subsequently renamed Starship, a privately funded launch system to develop spaceflight technology for use in crewed interplanetary spaceflight. In 2017, Musk unveiled an updated configuration of the system, which is intended to handle interplanetary missions, plus become the primary SpaceX orbital vehicle after the early 2020s, as SpaceX has announced it intends to eventually replace its existing Falcon 9 launch vehicles and Dragon space capsule fleet with Starship, even in the Earth orbit satellite delivery market. Starship is planned to be fully reusable and will be the largest rocket ever on its debut, scheduled for the early 2020s. Number 2. The Boring Company. And start digging the first hole with TBC tunneling machine, Musk said. Let's get started today and see what's the biggest hole we can dig between now and Sunday afternoon, running 24 hours a day. Later that day, the cars were gone and there was a hole in the ground. The Boring Company was initially formed in December 2016 as a subsidiary of SpaceX before becoming an independent company in 2018. In an interview during a TED conference in April 2017, Musk estimated that the Boring Company project had taken 2-3% of his time, making this venture a personal hobby. In March 2017, Musk announced that sometime in April the company would start using a tunnel boring machine, TBM, to begin digging a usable tunnel at SpaceX. At the end of April 2017, a TBM was seen at SpaceX with the Boring Company's name on the side. The TBM was revealed to be named Goated in May 2017, after the Beckett play Waiting for Goated. Future TBMs will also be named after poems and plays. Musk says the first route created will run from Lax to Culver City, then to Santa Monica, and end in Westwood. Musk claims the tunnel trip will take 5 minutes, compared to above-ground driving, which takes 45 minutes in normal traffic to go from Lax to Westwood. These trips were planned to be implemented by placing a car on an electric sled and traveling at 120 miles per hour, 200 kilometers per hour, through tunnels. By November 2017, the company had filed a permitting application with Los Angeles government regulators to build a tunnel from Hawthorne along Interstate 405 to Westwood. In July 2017, Musk announced plans to build an underground hyperloop connecting New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. In October 2017, the company obtained a utility permit for construction of the Maryland portion of the Baltimore-Washington Tunnel from the Maryland Department of Transportation. Construction of the tunnel, some 35 miles, 56 kilometers, between downtown Baltimore and Noma, Washington, D.C. will start near Fort Meade. The October 2017 Maryland government permit for utilities indicated that construction could begin in January 2018 on two parallel 12.4-mile, 20.0 kilometers, electric sled tunnels that would run from Maryland Route 175 to downtown Baltimore, terminating near Camden Yards. Number 1. Tesla. Tesla was founded in 2003 by a group of engineers who wanted to prove that people didn't need to compromise to drive electric, that electric vehicles can be better, quicker and more fun to drive than gasoline cars. Today, Tesla builds not only all-electric vehicles, but also infinitely scalable clean energy generation and storage products. Tesla believes the faster the world stops relying on fossil fuels and moves towards a zero-emission future, the better. Launched in 2008, the Roadster unveiled Tesla's cutting-edge battery technology and electric powertrain. From there, Tesla designed the world's first-ever premium all-electric sedan from the ground-up Model S, which has become the best car in its class in every category. Combining safety, performance, and efficiency, Model S has reset the world's expectations for the car of the 21st century, with the longest range of any electric vehicle, over-the-air software updates that make it better over time, and a record 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration time of 2.28 seconds, as measured by Motor Trend. In 2015, Tesla expanded its product line with Model X, the safest, quickest and most capable sport utility vehicle in history that holds 5-star safety ratings across every category from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Completing CEO Elon Musk's secret master plan in 2016, Tesla introduced Model 3, a low-priced, high-volume electric vehicle that began production in 2017. Soon after, Tesla unveiled the safest, most comfortable truck ever, Tesla Semi, which is designed to save owners at least $200,000 over a million miles, based on fuel costs alone. In 2019, Tesla unveiled Model Y, a mid-size SUV, with seating for up to 7, and Cybertruck, which will have better utility than a traditional truck and more performance than a sports car. On January 10, 2020, Tesla became the most valuable American automaker to ever exist, with a market capitalization of $86 billion. In March 2020, Tesla began deliveries of the Model Y crossover. On July 1, 2020, Tesla reached a market capitalization of $206 billion, surpassing Toyota's $202 billion, to become the world's most valuable automaker by market capitalization. From July 2019 to June 2020, Tesla recorded 4 profitable quarters in a row for the first time, which made it eligible for inclusion in the S&P 500. On August 12, 2020, Tesla announced a 5-for-1 stock split, which took effect on August 31, 2020.